Modern life can be confusing.
Is there a rule book that you're using?
No, there's not, because there isn't one. Worry not, dear Philistines, for here we are, your social queens. We rule with a gentle hand. May our wish be your command. Hi, I'm Barb.
I'm Terri.
This Barb and Terri Rule is a modern etiquette discussion, like everything from online stuff, which is, you know all about that.
The internet,
to in-person situations and social situations, and basically figure out, in this given situation, what's the best way to behave. So basically, we make edicts so you won't be dicks, but also so we won't be dicks.
Yeah, we're learning too.
But do you want to say something? Before I don't know, you look like you're breathing to say something.
No, I'm just listening to you talk.
Okay. Do you correct somebody when they mispronounce something?
When my mom says "warsh," I make fun of her every time.
That's regional, though. That's like my mother saying "woulda" because she's from New York.
And it's like my family, so you can be cruel to them.
We were in a restaurant, just me, my husband, and a group of friends. And the server, she said quinoa instead of quinoa, tabulia instead of tabuli, and fontana instead of fontina. That would be like working at a Porsche dealership and calling it Porsche. In this situation, I did not correct her.
I mean, that specific example, you definitely sound elitist. That's her job.
Is it
so,
elitist
should she
to know how to pronounce something?
It just sounds that way. She could have reacted two ways. She could have been embarrassed and been like, what a bunch of jerks. Or she could have been like, oh, thank you.
I like being corrected.
I get corrected by servers all the time.
Why are you saying things
Not
wrong
all
the
the
time? I mean, like, what do...
I don't know.
Give me an example.
It's like
Bolognese.
Bolognese.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yes, you knew what I meant to order, but you're correcting me just to correct me. Not
to be helpful? You don't think it's helpful?
I don't know. If you're correcting someone to help them so that they don't make a mistake, so that they don't embarrass themselves.
But then you're saying it's the intent, but earlier you said that, like, when somebody corrects you, you feel like they're saying, hey, stupid, what if their intent is to help you? But you still
they
feel...
haven't made it clear. Well, another example of mine is an old boss of mine. Hi. Every time I would say envelope, she would immediately say envelope. Like
almost like she was understanding you, like translating?
She was just correcting. It's like backface, correct. And I don't think that her intent was anything other than like, no, wrong. And that's just like a different pronunciation of a word. It's not, envelope is not incorrect.
Isn't it though?
Envelope. You probably do say envelope, don't you? Oh, yeah.
But it's not that. It's an envelope.
Hand me the envelope.
How do you go about helping without embarrassing? Like saying La Jolla instead of La Jolla. So you would say, oh, it's pronounced La Jolla, so people know what you're talking about. Or is it better just to not say anything? Or
I think maybe let it slide, depending on your situation. If you're out, if you're around people, like, if my family came to visit me, they're from the Midwest, and it's very likely that they might say La Jolla.
But then you help them.
But if we're at a restaurant or out somewhere, I'm not going to be like, ha ha ha, it's La Jolla, you Philistine.
Well, that's
I
rude.
would wait.
Oh, I see.
Make it not about you being smarter. Make it about you helping them.
Totally.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So, but then
I guess that's obvious.
That's the like you want to do it to help them and not just go. Oh, you mean this? Like that's just dicky. That's just so dicky.
Yeah.
But we're agreed on that. You watch your tone, and you say like, oh, hey, just for you to know, it's pronounced. See, even that almost sounds like you're saying, right?
But you can't manage everybody's emotional state.
And
there's
oh god.
Sorry.
No.
But if it has a lot to do with how well you know the person,
So it sort of that's why
you would totally correct me and I wouldn't care, I don't think.
Well, because you'd know I wasn't
'Cause I know where
saying,
you're
well, I
coming
would straight
from.
up call you stupid too, which I do.
Yeah,
Which is
it's
too,
like you call me stupid, it doesn't affect me because I don't value your opinion.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Do you correct or not correct?
Quinoa, canoa, whatever. If they're mispronouncing someone's name that they're about to announce for an award, like if it's important.
It's almost like, telling a random stranger, like, hey, you got some toilet paper on your foot. You're going to be embarrassed if somebody points out toilet paper on your shoe, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but you're still happy they did it. You don't want to walk around with toilet paper on your shoe.
Yeah.
Unless you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, it seemed like a really weird hesitation for that. You're kind of like, but do you?
It's just like your own little, like, that annoys me that person says it that way. It's like, that's not...
Or using impact as a verb. Please stop that. Don't correct just to correct. Correct only if you think it's going to benefit the person that you're correcting. And don't think of it as correcting so much as helping if it's a situation.
Condense these. Don't correct people just for the sake of correcting them.
Because you like it said a certain way.
But that's...
Correcting envelope to envelope doesn't help anybody. Correcting La Jolla to La Jolla for somebody visiting does.
And don't allow the sound to come out of your mouth until you put it through that second filter that says, is this going to be helpful to the person in the long run? And then you can say it. Usually.
And the shorthand for all of that is don't envelope people.
It's not a perfect system, okay?
But it works.
But the law, as we write it, does have a lot to be... It has a lot to do with intent.
Mm-hmm.
And we consider that when we punish people.
May our wish be your command.